MMA Novosti here with John Gooden. We just wrapped up UFC Fight Night 109, Glover Teixeira versus Alexander Gustafsson. Our weigh-ins are in the books, and we have two of our Balkan fighters fighting on the card. That's Damir Hadžović and Bojan Veličković. John, give us your thoughts on Bojan, on Damir, and basically all fighters coming from that region.
Yeah, I think that Bojan is, if we talk about him first, he's a really great prospect. Both of your guys actually have fantastic stories, with Bojan finding his way from the region and then creeping, I think, over to Croatia and a few other places for training. And then he went into a tournament which he won and found his way to American Top Team and eventually over to Denver, Colorado. I mean, what a journey for such a young man from the start. And from the conversations that I've had, because I did speak to him in Croatia, caught up with him again recently, he's loving life. He's learning, he's living a very unique lifestyle, I would imagine, for someone from that part of the world to now be stationed out in Colorado. But he's got a tough test ahead of him. He looks in fantastic shape. So I'm excited to see how he's developed. We see Neil Magny actually just caught him out on the streets and was saying how tough he is to train with. You know, he's obviously very motivated and dedicated in the gym. So that's, you know, training with guys like Neil Magny and Matt Brown and the great coaching staff that they have all around Colorado is, you know, it's going to serve him very, very well indeed. So it's going to be difficult to beat that. Excited to see what he comes up with next.
If you were a betting man, if you had to place a bet on the fight between Nico and Bojan, who'd you choose and how do you think it will play out?
So what I do, because I'm a commentator, I take equal parts money and place exactly the same on each guy. So I'm going to sit firmly on the fence. Honestly, I'm a fan of everyone. And if I talk to Bojan for a minute, I think he's got this. And then I'll go and speak to Nico, and I think Nico's got this. So I'm really split across the cards. You know, obviously there are favourites, but you know, I think it's a nice fight for both guys. But Nico at home, he's been away a little while, which, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that, because I know he's a very cerebral fighter. He will be thinking about that a lot, and it's whether he can deal with the pressure of being at home and deliver the kind of performance that we know that he's capable of doing.
We have actually a lot of exciting fights on this card. A lot will be settled after this in the light heavyweight division. We have Misha Cirkunov, also Ozdemir fighting, and we have Glover Teixeira and Gustafsson fighting. When that settles, the top five will change places. Who do you think will emerge as the number one contender and the second contender in line?
Well, I think the number one contender will either be Alex or Glover. Again, you know, I'm not going to make picks, but I think that Gustafsson is in a really good spot at the moment. I think he's previously struggled to get over those, you know, very close losses that he's had against the very best guys in that division. And that's going to be hard for anyone to overcome that. But now he's got a serious challenge with Glover. So he's up for this. Again, in front of a home crowd. He's just become a father. So everything that he would need for fuel is right there. And as you're alluding to, the winner will become the number one contender. The belt is close again. So he's a young man still, but this is a great opportunity for him. Glover isn't as young. I think that if he doesn't have this opportunity come round, someone like Misha Cirkunov or Volkan Ozdemir could then come into that spot and be very close. Jimmy Manuwa is here as well in Stockholm. He's in the mix. He looked great. So it's an exciting time for the light heavyweight picture. A lot will become clear after this weekend.
One last question. From fighters from the Balkan region, we know everybody is aware of the legacy that Mirko Filipovic has left. We have Igor Pokrajac. Now we have Bojan Veličković fighting in the UFC. What are your thoughts to guys up and coming from that region?
Well, I think, you know, and I hope I don't sound like disrespectful with this, but I think a lot of regions, particularly that have suffered greatly in recent times, where it's first or second generation, where real hardship has been present and countries and nations have gotten together and come past that, I think that makes a person different, you know, and a real fighter's instinct. And I think a lot of fighters from this region, the Balkan region, Russia, are just super tough. Just, it's in their blood, it's in their DNA, and also it seems to breed fantastic athletes. So it should be a good time. I think that this sport is growing. There is investment in the region as well from the UFC and other big mixed martial arts promotions, which will allow more opportunities. And that then has a rolling effect, which will hopefully see us breed more talent. I haven't spoken about Demir, another guy who has a great story. I enjoy every time that I bump into Demir is a good conversation. He is a nice guy to speak to. He's had it tough recently. I think he had some injuries. There was the issues with the Manila card where the whole card got pulled down, but I think his injuries happened just before that. So he's ready to go. I think again some coaching issues happened this camp, which he's straightened out. But you know he's keen. He had a tough fight against Taisumov last time out. Taisumov is a hard fight for anyone in that division, and Demir had moments of looking like he was very competitive there. So yeah, this could be a really good night for the region, and these two guys are great representatives who are going to show us what the Balkan region fighters are all about.
John, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us.
My pleasure. Thank you.